You gotta talk to the people first. I'm jumping the gun.
I love the outtakes. What up, though? It's your man's DJ King. Another episode of Seat at the Throne. I got my man Swifty McVay. What's going on, my brother?
What up, though, baby?
I messed up here. Oh, you gonna have to off the sides, my bad.
No,
Yeah.
I won't go leave you hanging.
Oh my God, see, you a real one, man. I got the big bro in the building, man. What's going on, man? It's good seeing you.
Man, good seeing you too, brother. It's always a pleasure to connect with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, just trying to keep it going, man. You know, in the world of hip hop. Hip hop and entertainment, man. It's a jungle out here. Right. But, you know, we got to make it do what it do, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, sir.
My dog, okay, shit. We was just linked up not too long ago. We was on tour.
Yep.
Man, boy, y'all should have been there. We had some laughs, man. My question I would have for you is, you know, how do you think, you know, the tour went? Like, you know, your whole, like, appreciation of it, you know, all that type of stuff.
Man, overall, you know, going over to Canada, man, is always a delight, man. For real. Canada,
I thought you
man.
Want to talk about the Russia part. Like.
Hey, I was just about to use that analogy too, man. To where it's definitely harder to get into Canada than it is to get in Russia. I get to Russia easier than I get into Canada, but Canada got so many dope ass perks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the food is good and hot, hospitality, you know. And then in the name of hip hop, when you go over there to do shows, man, they always showing love over there, man. We done toured Canada a lot. Like, they really embrace hip hop. You know what I'm saying, over there. And they don't be on no janky shit when it comes to the art. They know what they like, and you know they want us over there.
They do come up and show up and show out.
Yeah, they do. They do, man. And you know, driving and nothing but laughs. Wasn't never a dull moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least 3 or 4 times every half an hour, we laughed about something. You know what I'm saying?
All of it's racing back in my head, boy. We was gut hurting type laughs, man.
Yep, those. That's a good time, man. When you got them gut wrenching laughs and shit, man. So, right. And I can't wait to do it again, man. So, they got something popping. It ain't carved in stone, but hopefully we can get back over there, man. Hopefully April next year when it get warm. We actually did some of the East Coast part of Canada. Now they want us to do the West Coast. You know, over there by British Columbia, towards that way. So, which is live. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to do places that's warmer. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to see what's going on with that.
Word.
Yep.
All right, so you giving too much tidbits because, you know, I introduced you like, you know, my big homie, big bro, you know, Swifty McVay. For those who don't know, Swifty McVay, band member of D12, you know, the great D12, yes, with my man's Eminem as, you know, the head guy of the group rolling. Well, I don't want to say head guy because they was all equal, but yeah, you know, y'all need to know and respect Swifty McVay of D12. Yeah, man.
My
y'all
man.
Done laid paved work. Make sure I say my words right. Y'all laid groundwork, you know, for a lot of people, you know, in the hip hop game, and it seems like it's being slept on. If, you know, you ask me or whatnot, but you know, y'all paved, you know, the way for a lot of these, you know, young Detroit artists. But like I said, speaking of on tour, you know, like I said, we was speaking on some things that actually gave me a newfound respect, you know, for our old school hip hop legends in Detroit. You know, for example, you know, with Trick, and I ain't gonna get too much into that story because, you know, I don't know what I can and can't speak on, but that gave me a whole newfound, you know, respect altogether and whatnot. So, you know, definitely had to make sure they clear that up, and so they know exactly who they speaking with today.
Yeah. Big shout out to Trick, man.
Word.
That's the OG.
Word.
Homie. Like, we grew up in the same neighborhood as well.
Really?
Yep.
What neighborhood is that?
7 Mile. West side of 7 Mile, man.
West side?
7 Mile, Illinois.
Okay.
You know, I was on 7 Mile, Illinois. He was closer to Wyoming. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that block radius right there. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So we've been rocking for a long time. Yep.
That's what's up, man. All right, so let me ask you some questions that I know fans gonna ask. Like, man, you know, how did D12 form?
Well, here's the thing. Actually, D12 got started, man. It was created by Big Proof. So big shout out and rest in peace to Big Proof, man. You know, we all, you know, met in different places, different times, but the hip hop shop is what really brought all of us together. So, you know, when the Grand Quarters was on Grand Boulevard, Grand Boulevard and Woodward. I met con artists there before the hip hop shop opened. We was actually in a talent show together. Con Artists in Canava was already a rap group. They lived in the same neighborhood on the east. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the west side, 7 Mile. Proof was from the east and west. His grandmother stayed 5 blocks from me. His mother stayed around the corner from Canava and Con Artists, which is on the east side, Hoover.
Just happened to be around each other.
Yep. 7 and Hoover. Bizarre stayed on the west side of 7 Mile. So when Proof came to visit his grandmother, a mutual friend introduced me and Proof. We actually met battling in his basement. And I ran out of raps and shit. He knew how to freestyle. I couldn't freestyle at the time and shit. So when I asked him who did the beats we was rapping off of, he said Jay Dilla and whatnot. And we just got cool. We just connected. So when the hip hop shop opened a year later, this had to be like, 90, beginning of 93 or whatever. So when the hip hop shop opened a little later, he invited me to the hip hop shop. And then, that's when Bizarre came. Knive and Con Artists, whatever. A little while after Eminem came in there, and Proof introduced me to Eminem or whatnot. So, every Saturday we would all be rapping, doing our thing at the open mic from 3 to 6 for years, you know what I'm saying? But then suddenly one day Proof had whispered in all the MCs' ears, the elite MCs, the ones who was actually well respected in the shop. He whispered in the ear, was like, yo, I'm putting together a group called D12, man. If you want to be in it, you can be in it. And at that time, his mindset was trying to create this Detroit all-star group, sort of like how Wu-Tang did it. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So Wu-Tang was doing the thing, so he tried to do that. So I was in my own group already, but I was still cool with everybody. So when D12 formulated, it was actually 12 members, but everybody kept falling off.
I swear, because I was wondering, how many members? I don't never recall it being 12 members, so I was wondering where the 12 came from.
Yep. It was actually 12 members when we first started, whatever. But, people start falling off, coming back on or whatnot. But at this time, I was there to witness it all because I wasn't actually in D12, but I was there to witness what was going on because I had my own shit going on with my own rap partner. We had our own deal, but we would see each other every week, go to studio sessions and support each other at the shows or whatnot. So, D12 eventually came down to six guys. So when me and my group member disbanded, one of the group members from D12 at the time.
I know you had to be sick.
Yeah, it was crazy. And you know what? I had a rap partner ever since I was like 13 years old. Like I was solo as a little kid, but when I got 13 years old, I had a rap partner. So this thing, I've been rapping since the age of 6. Yeah, so that's all I know. So I was able to see rap transcend to different phases where I was trying to find myself as an MC. So from the old school ABC style to the Rakim, right, to the complex Rakim style, and then I was able to see all these different changes until I was able to find myself or whatever, man. So when my group member disbanded, this is the first time I ever went solo. So everybody was like, oh, because me and him was like the EPMD of the hip hop shop at the time. So everybody was pretty much shocked. So one of the group members of D12, rest in peace, Bugs, was like, yo, man, I think it'd be a great idea if we put Swift in the group. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace, Bugs. And the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? So that's why our chemistry and everything was just so tight because we already been around each other, knew each other. It wasn't like we got in the group and tried to get to know each other. We already was affiliated with each other already, so we pretty much knew each other. Yeah.
So when y'all started touring, it was how many members?
When we started touring, it was 6 of us. So one thing and that
was another thing too. I thought it was like, okay, since like 12 divided by 2 is 6.
Well, here's the thing. What a lot of people don't know is it was 6 members, but it still was D12. So 6 members with 2 different identities. That was the gimmick of it all.
Okay.
So because everybody was gonna be like, okay, how is it D12 when y'all got 6 members? So it's 6 members, 2 identities. So Eminem turned himself into Slim Shady. Right. So So
the
Slim.
more you know. Okay.
Yep. So Eminem was Eminem, and he created Slim Shady from being inside D12.
Okay.
And then you got Big Proof turned himself into Dirty Harry. I was Swifty. I was Swift. But when I got into D12, I turned my name into Swifty McVay. That was my alter ego. And then Bizarre was Peter S. Bizarre. And then you got, Canava was Rondell Bean. And then you got the Con Artists. I can't remember who the fuck Con Artists was. Shit. No disrespect, but I can't remember though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot to remember.
Yeah,
All that type
yeah.
of stuff.
You know, so that's what I came in. So we kept the integrity of D12 by having 6 members with 2 identities or whatnot. So
What's up? I like
yep,
that.
took it from there. And then, you know, it was a certain kind of energy. It was a certain kind of energy that we all got being around each other that birthed this, what they call shock value style. Like, we didn't try to write raps to make people be like, oh, it's just, this is just who we was. You know what I'm saying? When we got around each other. So our solo shit goes sound a little bit different than how we sound when we're together because it's a certain kind of energy we get from each other that created this D12 sound. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I get you. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
There's so many questions formulating in my head
Yeah,
as we speak.
go ahead and ask me, baby. That's what I'm here for, big baby. Let's do it.
You know, bring me from like flashback because, you know, as a kid, you know, around here, you know, growing up, you know, hearing you guys' music. Because when 8 Mile came out, you know, I was seeing this when he was on tour. When 8 Mile came out, you know, as anybody's perspective, who, if they don't know the person personally that they're filming a movie about, they want, you know, they instantly get to think of anything that happened in that movie. That's what happened in real life.
Right.
Know? But, you know, when you have broke it down, like, you know, the story is more so, you know, taking tidbits, you know, from actual real life, but, you know, this the story.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I ain't gonna do it. Back in the day, I was thinking like, Mekhi Phifer, I was thinking it was Proof, and what you know, you did explain, like, you know, they, you know, took his likeness, you know, and so I'm thinking, that's how you know that. You know?
Yeah, it was so funny watching Mekhi Phifer follow Proof, man. He was just following him because, you know, we the shit just felt funny, you know what I'm saying? But this
I heard about that, like you following him around all the time,
he was studying them, dog.
And I think Proof supposedly like, man, dog,
yeah, right. But he, you know, he had to get put up on game, like, man, you know, this is what they do. But and this some Hollywood shit, you know what I'm saying? So you know, 8 Mile, like Eminem was able to bring Hollywood to Detroit, so we was able to witness Hollywood come to Detroit, and you know, to see how they really do it, and to watch that happen, man. You watching them and whatnot. But to piggyback off of what you said, man, you got movies that's based on true stories. And then you got movies that's like true stories are based. So what they do is they get the truth out of a certain thing, and then they put a little tech bits in there for the entertainment side. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to necessarily be the life of somebody else. But like, you know, like I was telling you, like the big guy who was rapping with the windbreaker on. Bizarre used to Bizarre used to wear that windbreaker to the hip hop shop. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of rapped like Bizarre a little bit. But his attitude wasn't like Bizarre's attitude. You see what I'm saying? So they put the windbreaker on my man to give that Bizarre look, but that doesn't mean he actually played Bizarre.
I get you.
And that's
what I'm saying. Like, you know, like I said, for those who never knew that, or, you know, like I said, I just happen to be fortunate, you know, to actually meet, you know, the real life, you know, members and whatnot. So to be able to, you know, see it from this side of the perspective, from the actual people that, you know, who this is supposed to be made about, is, you know, a whole different type of outlook.
Yeah, man. Another thing about 8 Mile too, bro. You know, this is just my quick perspective on it, man. Battle rap been out for a long time. I'm not taking nothing away from battle rap, from the streets of New York, from the streets of Chicago, Detroit, everywhere. But I think when 8 Mile came out, it gave battle rap a brand new surge.
I was just about to say that. When 8 Mile came out, boy, everybody was rapping. Yep. Everybody just suddenly turned into a rapper. I went to Cass Tech.
Okay.
It's a lot of mother lovers in Cass Tech. Everybody out there on the corner rapping. I seen Big Sean out there rapping. You know, he went to Cass. He 88, 86, you know, or 04, and what? That'll be 2006.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I seen him out there. You know, I even seen for descriptive purposes only. You know, I remember seeing a white boy out there. He had more of a not no MGK type white boy. He had like an Opie type look, but he was out there in the circles. Like everybody was rapping everywhere I went, every bus stop, everywhere. And Cass Tech's supposed to be smart school and all this, but yeah, you got everybody on the corner, boy.
And I'm quite sure it was like that a lot of places around the world too, man. Like all these battle leagues started popping up.
Epidemic is like, that's all everybody wanted to do. So yeah.
Yeah, battle rap. All these battle leagues and shit start popping up after 8 Mile. So I give a big shout out to 8 Mile. We could have been in that movie too. But
be in the movie, man.
Yeah, we wasn't in the movie because they tried to give us a small part, which we would have took it. But we had a tour. We had a tour at the same time they offered us to roll. So we had to sit and evaluate that. It's like, man, will it make sense to stay for this little role and miss this big, huge tour? You know, because back then we was on top of our game. Our songs was on the charts. We was blessed to have songs on the charts at that time. So things was quite lucrative at that time. So we didn't want to miss that tour just to have a little cameo, man. So we had a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying?
That tour money nice. Trust me, I know. Touring with yours, well, I know. Yeah, that tour money
man.
nice.
Big shout out to tours, man. To all the artists out here who still touring, man. You gotta appreciate it, man, because that's one thing that these labels can't take from you, man. If you don't let them, man.
Show money. That's your money.
Absolutely.
That's your money. Yeah, that's your money.
Yep.
Okay. So do you still affiliate, socialize, or kick it with other D12 members?
Me and Kaniva, man, that's my brother from another mother. You know what I'm saying?
Kaniva, I want you on here next, brody.
Yeah, big shout out to Kaniva, man. I mean, Kaniva, we like the Crimson Guards from G.I. Joe, man. We like the Wonder Twins of hip hop, man. You know, but two dudes though. You know what you know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Yeah, we talk all the time, man. You know, our kids grew up playing together, man. You know, our bonds are strong. We still hold the brand on our back. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Kaniva and Meek Mizzle, man, for putting the surge back into the brand when
you said Meek.
Meek Mizzle, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, not Meek Mizzle.
No, not Meek Mills. Meek Mizzle was a big difference. Yeah,
Meek Mizzle coming into play.
Yep, that's sis right there. You know, we putting it together. We actually did an album together called My Brother's Keeper. We actually did an EP. The EP dropped, I want to say 2020, right before the pandemic kicked in crazy. We had a release party for the album and all that, man. So we got another album in the can that we got set to release. We ain't got no release date, but we doing music. We always talk. I don't talk to Bizarre and con artists like that, man. You know, Bizarre travels back and forth from here to down south. I don't know if he's here in Detroit or still down south, and con artist goes back and forth from here to LA. You know, and Eminem does his thing, man. So try to stop.
That's the number one question. You already know everything.
Yeah, try to stop by and see what's going on with him every now and then.
I was gonna say, when last time you talked to him?
It's been some months. Okay. Yeah, it's been some months since last time I talked to him.
But it's still love.
But it's still love. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's always love. I mean, you know, we like, you know, we always gonna be brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I you know, salute him because he took time out of his life to make sure that we was good. And a lot of people don't know, when he built Shady Records, he built Shady Records just for us.
Shout out to Eminem.
Yeah, big shout out to Eminem. It wasn't like he just sat here and was like, man, I want my own label. He knew that if we would have went to Interscope or any other label, we would have waited a long time to come out. So what he did was he built his own label just so we can come out.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's real. That's
you know what I'm saying.
And that's the stuff that I say that be, you know. And once again, I wouldn't even know about, you know, a lot of that. You know, had I not known you, but yeah, that's the stuff I would be talking about as far as how they sleep on him or dismiss him, you know, for whatever. You know, yes, we get it. You know, yes, he's white, but he's still that guy. Not only is he still that guy, he's a real one. He put that work in.
He put that work in. He definitely deserves where he's at right now. He deserves it because he put that work in.
Exactly.
And he, you know, went through the trenches. He went through the battles. He, you know, put out music. He did shows around Detroit. He did ciphers. He did everything that an MC was supposed to do to get to where he needed to get to. I don't know what the
fuck I've been through.
Absolutely. And then not to mention all the personal stuff he went through growing up. But when it came in the name of hip hop, he paid his dues. And I always say there's two dues our artists got to pay. The first dues is the dues you pay in the hood before you get on. Mm-hmm. Second dues is the dues you pay after you get on.
Word.
He paid both dues.
Word. So
you can't hate on that man. Big shout out to M and the rest of the crew. You know, I know me and Kaniva holding D12 on our back, but D12 is never over.
I see you with the D12 ring, that boy. Bing! Man, I thought my little pinky was doing something over here. Yeah. But I got the D12 boy. Okay.
Thank you, brother. This is actually the ring. If those who saw the D12 Roll album, this is actually the same ring that was actually holding the earth.
Remember that. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, is that your hand on the cover, or they just
you know what? The hand looked like a Dracula hand.
That's why I asked that.
That motherfucker looked like Snoop Dogg, Eddie Murphy.
From Bones.
So
that's a good one.
Or a vampire in Brooklyn. Eddie Murphy. That shit look demonic to the motherfucker. So no, it ain't my hand. But I can remember like yesterday with us being on a conference call talking about the illustration for that album or whatnot, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this, you know, came to fruition or whatnot, illustrating wise. I don't remember who actually put it together because it's been so long ago. But big shout out to all those who cop D12 World, our second album to the world. Yep.
Support is real. Trust me, I know. I see you. You know that. Because y'all support, I'm able to go tour with them. You know, so yeah,
for sure, man.
The support is real. Okay, what new projects you got coming up? I know we got possibly a tour in April. You said.
Yep, possible tour in April. I got the album with Canava, My Brother's Keepers 2 is in the can. I actually got a solo album that me and my brothers from another mother out there in Canada. I hate that I ain't see y'all in Canada when we went, man, but I understand. They call it 80 Empire. Okay. So 80 Empire.
No, I'm off the ground. Yeah, word.
Yeah, you made 80 Empire. Yeah. I think you made 80 Empire when we went out there with O, and they all came to that show for the first time, and that's when we all ripped the show. That was a few years ago. Yep. So what happened with that was before we actually went on that tour, me and O was listening to his album, The Fifth, before it dropped.
That's Obi Trice for those who don't know.
Obi Trice.
Oh yeah, that's Obi Trice.
Yeah, big shout out to Obi Trice, and he let me hear some of the tracks that 80 Empire did. So I ended up picking one of their tracks for this movie soundtrack that I did called Devil's Night, Dawn of the Nain Rouge.
Okay. I remember that.
Which is out on Prime. You know, starring your boy. I'm playing the mayor of Detroit. You know, just had to put that out there. So they actually came to Detroit from Canada from the release party that we had for the movie, and we decided to do an album together. So we ended up doing the album in 2020, right after the pandemic.
That's when you had to agree on with the wolf.
No, that album came out before then. Okay, but this album, but that was the first album we did. Now we got a new album that's in the can, and we just looking for a release date, man. It's a 25-song album, no features, just me and them on there, man. So you got one of the brothers, big shout out to Lucas Reza. He does the beats, and Adrian, he sings and he raps too. And they got their own projects coming out. That's out right now, whatever. But them and me, we got a chemistry that's so strong, man. So we just trying to wait to see about this album getting in the right position, man. We just not just trying to just throw it out there. We go trying to put a lot of strength behind it, marketing wise, whatnot, man. Because we got some songs for everybody. We got the female songs, we got the song stories.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
It's a very conceptual album, so that's been the main thing that I've been really, really concentrating on for the last few months is that, and it's finished. So now we just trying to get it into the groove of some good promo and seeing where we go take it. So besides, making music with Canava, doing my solo stuff, man, and just looking to see what kind of plays I can get into, man. A lot of people don't know I like doing plays. Plays is a whole nother monster. I like plays because...
Plays or movies?
Well, I like to do movies too, but I'm looking to do plays.
Yeah, you want that real stage, that real acting. You got to be cold on the stage.
You got to be mad. And see, me, I work better under pressure. So with plays...
I can see that because if y'all don't... quick interjection with this. Me and Big Bro share the same birthday, St. Patrick's Day, baby.
Yes, sir.
Pisces gang.
Pisces this month, baby. Don't let me hang. Go ahead and get something. Don't let me hanging on camera. I'm like, no, it's all good.
But dang, what was you saying?
Yeah. But we was talking about something. Shit.
Talk about something.
I thought I was gonna bring it back, but I couldn't even bring it back, dog. I couldn't even bring that shit back.
I thought you had it too. Like, where? Remember? I thought you was on it. Oh no, I was about to say. Oh wait, I remember I was about to talk about our birthdays, but wait a minute, that's what.
But you was something before that, right? Yeah.
So yeah, I really can't remember because I was about to remember what I interjected.
Yes, you might as well go to the next question, brother. You might as well hit me with that next one.
I can't even remember what it is. But Detroit Life Gear. I've been meaning to ask about that.
Okay.
So how's that going on?
Detroit Life is good, man. Big shout out to Chris Reynolds, man. Me being, in the Detroit Life brand ambassador. The store is actually on the Mall of Parsons Creek on Hall Road in Shaner. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go in and check it out. And it's actually a new store added in Oakland Mall as well, man. So, people are really, really, getting hip to it, man.
Definitely got you for the face of them, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, brand is going good. You know, people are from all over the world just want to represent Detroit. The material and the quality in the material was so dope, man. You put it in the washing machine, you won't be disappointed. And I'm not just saying it, I'm just telling you the truth.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Great new era material. We got the hats. We got, you know, everything, man. Socks on down, man. So come holler.
So you got clothes for life then.
For sure, dog.
That's what it sounds like. You got clothes for life.
See, I'm always Detroit lifed out, man. Yep.
Detroit life draws.
Detroit life draws.
I got it, man. I got
pajamas,
clothes for
everything, dog. Detroit life apron when you're cooking, nigga. Combs. Water. We really got Detroit. We got Detroit life water too. Energy drinks.
I think you was just bullshitting. No. You got Detroit life water. No, I'm fucking serious. Like.
Yep, we got some Detroit Life bottled water, Detroit Life energy drinks, dog. We got it all. So come holler at the Detroit Life store, man, at the Mall of Partridge Creek on Hard Road, or
Perch. It sounds like perch, like you parched.
Yeah, Partridge Creek, the Mall of Partridge Creek, or you can go to DetroitLifeGear.com if you don't want to drive off far.
If
you go out there.
You just go there online. This my guy, this my guy when you cracking up, man. Nothing but good times when I'm
it's never a dull moment, my brother.
Man, I swear, that whole tour, I think about that first night, man. I'm going to get Will on the show just so we can talk about that night, man.
Big shout out to Will, baby. Will came out on a Hummer. I didn't think he was going to make it, man, but he drove 4 hours right there on the spur of the moment, like, oh, that's where y'all at? Okay, I'm about to come up there. And we looking like, huh?
And he found the better route.
He found a better route and he made it, man. So, big shout out to Will, man, for coming to support, man. He actually doing some good music right now, doing his thing. And you know, he added that fun spice to the tour, man. You know, we was already laughing when he came through, man. The shit just got even more intense when he came through. You know what I'm saying? So much love. Yep.
I was gonna say, do you got any U.S. tour dates coming?
Well, you know what? As of now, no. Just the only thing we got is some overseas dates on the table. One of my homeboys had called me a few weeks ago and asked me about an Australia thing, but he has yet to get back with me, man. So, you know, hopefully we can go ahead and do something in Australia. Because, you know, the borders is open and everything is good in Australia. That was on lockdown so tough, man. And Australia is one of our dopest markets, too. So, but other than that, no U.S. dates as of now. But just, you know, Australia and hopefully. But Canada, they trying to carve something in stone right now. Yeah.
The question I did have, though, I do remember this one. So, right, because we were talking about, you know, music coming out. So my question I had with that is, like, do you feel pressure, like, you know, to try to keep up with the times, like, you know, try to rap like, you know, how you know, modern day rappers, or you sticking to your style, your brand?
You know what? That's a good question too, and I think that might have been a question you wanted to bring back. Hey, because you said pressure. Because I said I rap, I do stuff better under pressure, and I think that
I know, right? Because that's where the birthday came from.
Yeah,
pressure, and like I'm like, you know what? I guess I do, you know, be on the same tip. But go ahead, my bad.
Yeah. But here's the thing, man. I gotta stay true to myself, man. But at the end of the day, I understand that a lot of people listen to rap that's not really into lyrics. I kind of understand that right now. Like growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, and the people who was behind labels, they didn't sign you unless you were lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Like they was really behind the CEOs and A&Rs. They really was advocates for real lyrics. Now the CEOs and the A&Rs are not real advocates for real lyrics. So they sign people who's not as lyrical. So the listeners, you know, like rap, but they don't really care about the intricate styles that I've been brought up on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so now it's just more so a vibe, or if something doesn't sound good.
Absolutely. So I try to stay, you know, real to myself, man, and know when to go in and when not to go in. But I would never dumb myself down. I don't feel pressure to have to dumb myself down just because there's fans of hip hop that don't really vibe off of lyrics, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go ahead and just be you and just understand that they either go rock with it or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But then when it's time to do songs for radio play or whatnot, and then the masses of the people who listen to music that's not into rap, they need to understand a certain kind of vibe in order to appreciate it, because, you know, you don't want to go over their head. But I would never dumb myself down lyrically, so I don't feel too much pressure. You know what I'm saying?
I feel.
Yeah.
You know, I can't quite still get fully jiggy with. I mean, that's crazy. I'm using that word. I still can't get jiggy with this new style. I can't quite get with it, man. It's like it is some music I like.
Yeah.
It is some new age rappers, you know, that I like, and I'm not even talking about the for certains, the J. Cole's and the Kendricks, but it's like I just, you know, it's still the rap style. I need to be able to hear what you're saying. Like, you know, I don't know what you're saying. You probably, you know, possessing the song while I'm listening to it, and it's taking over my soul, type thing.
Yeah, it's like the integrity is different. Like I said, back in the '90s, early 2000s, if an artist got signed, you best believe that A&R or that CEO is gonna listen and say, he can't rap, so I'm not gonna sign him. Now it doesn't matter. They're gonna be like, okay, you don't have to rap sweet. You just gotta have something. And to the people who was torn from that lyrical cloth is go always look and be like, oh nah. Exactly. And there's so much of it out there that's being marketed to an audience who really didn't grow up or check the forefathers about real lyrics. They don't go back in the '90s and see where it was birthed from. They don't care about none of that. So it just kind of veered off, and it's making a lot of money, but it's just veered off into this other direction. And the ones who was tore from that cloth can sit back and be like, and then the ones who don't understand this go be like, you crazy, how you gonna call my shit whack? It's like, you just gotta really go back in the past and check your history to understand why we saying it's whack.
I was gonna say, there's so much in the new age that I just can't, you know, understand. Like, you know, that question alone, to simply ask somebody why, or, you know, why aren't y'all rocking with my music? You know, y'all should be rocking with it. It don't work like that. I don't think, well, once again, how we came up, it didn't work like that with anything, from basketball to music or whatnot. You can't say that you cold. It's got to be somebody else that say that you cold because you really is that cold. Like, so you just, you know, trying to force it like, oh, y'all should be buying it because I just dropped this, or, you know, why ain't y'all supporting it? It's like, that's not how it works. If we don't like it, we don't like it, you know.
That's it.
It's flat out.
And then for back then until now, there's more voices. People have more of a voice now. To when you drop music, you didn't really hear the voices of the people. Like, you heard it through magazines. You pick up a magazine and hear people comment about certain stuff, but there wasn't no social media to hear people's opinions and comments on what was whack and not. If you didn't like it, you told your friends and the people that you was around, and you didn't fuck with it, and the label blew it up the way they knew how to blow it up without no feedback.
That's actually an interesting question for you. Like, how much of the game has changed, you know, since, you know, when you guys was in it to, you know, looking at it now?
Man, let me just say this. It changed tremendous because I'm so blessed that we were able to drop albums in what I consider the end of the golden years. The golden years of hip-hop was coming to an end right at the tipping point of when we dropped our records, meaning record sales still counted. We didn't have to worry about leaks. We didn't have to worry about everybody's opinion. We didn't have to worry about cancel culture. We didn't have to worry about none of that stuff that we're worried about now. Like, as soon as we dropped our album in 2004, shortly afterwards, Napster got real popular. Napster got popular, and that scared the hell out of musicians because they're looking like, how the hell my songs get on this damn computer, man? Shit, I was one of them. Like, nigga, hold up, hold up, Ludacris, how
why you listening to my shit? I ain't even dropped it.
Yeah, right. Like, how did this shit get on these damn computers, man? And that was the tipping point for the downfall of the industry, man. And you know, we was right there at the end of the golden years to where you know, songs might have leaked a little bit because of the pressing plants. So people get at the pressing plants pressing the records, and then they can see the record for the first time before it come out, and they take that shit home. You know what I'm saying? So for those of you that don't know, when a song got leaked back in the days, that came from the pressing plant. If somebody was pressing up tapes and CDs in a song,
y'all been exposed.
I've been exposed. So if the album dropped October 20th, and here it is October 1st, pressing the records up, niggas like, they hit this bitch though.
I got that news.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they leak records. So that was always a thing. But as far as the Napster and then you know, the music kind of declined as far as the sales declining because everybody was getting that shit for free.
You got me in deep thought. That makes me wonder if it's deeper, like, you know, you already know they ain't talking about, how the government ain't really for us, and then there's a shadow government, and then a shadow government of the shadow government. It made me think, that they actually do that, I don't know, to mess up the artist game intentionally type shit.
Probably so, because when you think about it, it's always like somebody always gotta create some kind of new world order to fuck up the game. You know what I'm saying? They did it with cable. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of shit. So when you look at it, they say, damn, all these musics are coming out for free. What are we going to do? So now you want to get signed? We can't give you the same budget that we gave you before because we don't even know if your record goes sell because so many people can listen to your shit for free. So they had to find out what to do to combat that. And that's when they sat in the office and came up with the crazy idea to stream.
They had to come up with that plier scheme because it's like, that's too much of an inside job, and it's like, heck, we see how they look like they was losing their mind as far as trying to get control of the industry again, as far as recoup their money and supposedly take people to jail. But we already know they got the power if they want to. If they were really serious, they would like, oh no, we about to cut all this, or came up with some method where to make sure. Heck, they probably would have did them like going into the treasure or like the trap house, enter in there butt naked, working in there butt naked.
Right, dog.
There's no way you can tell me that it's like, that inside job happened without them not knowing, bro.
Right, dog.
Thinking about Pookie Jazzy.
Right. Scotty up in the dog.
He was dancing around in there.
That's right. Like, what you listening to, man? You ain't supposed to be listening to some good ass music, man. Take this nigga outside and strip his iPod, man. But that's when streaming came in because they're looking like, okay, we're gonna combat this. We're gonna throw them pennies for every time they listen to a song, and we'll just collect $20 a month for the subscription.
Yeah.
We'll collect $20 a month for the subscription and get paid, while the artists can get paid pennies every time they listen to a song.
Because that's kind of what these software companies, started doing. So, shout out to Final Cut. Appreciate y'all. They one of the last ones where you just pay and you're done. Adobe. I ain't gonna get flicking y'all off. Y'all ain't
Next interview.
Boy, they make you pay monthly to use any of their stuff from the Adobe Acrobat reader just to do the regular reading. Like, goddamn, why you gonna make me pay monthly just to read my documents? But point is, that's the new game. With all these software companies doing is like they no longer selling it to you one time buy. They making you constantly pay. Even Windows, is on the whole Microsoft Word and all that type of stuff. But now it's Office 365 or something, whatever the hell it is. But
yeah, man.
Monthly subscription. That's the thing. Like they skip just getting money out on one time unless have
absolutely
bite into you like a leech, basically.
Because they know this is the way of the world, and people are going to constantly use this system in their everyday life. So how can we just keep milking, generate milk, and say it's a sad thing, man. So yeah, so to answer your question, that it definitely changed. The dynamics changed, like to where the way people promote music in today's time was totally different. We had street teams, and people were still sitting in offices who really cared about coming together to see what they can do to make sure it's this. Now you got the labels out here that's trying to get you to promote your shit.
They just want you to do all the work.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Get your social medias up, man.
$50,000 loan. I mean, advance. But you got to keep yourself hot.
Yeah, you calling them trying to see what they doing and how they going to do it. And they be like, man, did you keep getting on your social medias? It's like, come on, man. Why you trying to get me to do? So they want to piggyback off of what I'm doing because it's almost like they're scared to put faith into you. So they do it based off of what you put into yourself, and then they want to piggyback off of you when you get successful.
To a certain extent, I understand it. And that's only because I've been a label / artist manager. I had artists before, and I do to a certain extent get it. It's like you can give an artist everything, put your all into it, try to book them for shows. You going through all that. You provide it for the video, the studio sets, you pay for all that, or however you made it happen, you made it happen. And then for them to show up lollygagging, don't want to perform, don't show up to the show type thing. So it's like, damn, why am I spending all my money? Yeah, you go ahead and make it happen here. I'll give you an advance. Now, if you ain't smart with your money, that's on you. But if you really want this, you're gonna do right, invest. You pay for your studio time, you pay for your videos, and then if you keep, if you stay buzzing and popping, then we'll do our half as far as getting your commercial sold and all that, or getting you on commercials, or connecting you with top brands and all that type of stuff. So to a certain extent, I understand it, but. Yeah, they definitely trying to take the lazy way out of it, and they already know that. So.
Yep, absolutely, man. It's a shame that a lot of people don't want to download records no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, People that lazy now. It's like, yeah, the only $1 is all streaming now.
All
like,
streaming. Yep.
Like
yep.
nobody really even owns songs no more. It's like you just all
Yep.
Pandora type crap.
And they say that 1,500 streams equate to one record sale.
Damn, that's a lot of streams. That's a lot of work just for it to count as one record sale.
Count as one record sale, man. When you get all them pennies building up to 1,500 streams, that's one record sale. It's crazy.
Yeah, I could predict that soon too, like a shift soon, and all this YouTube and Instagram money too. Like they're allowing everybody to get on now because they see what it's doing to everybody. It's turning everybody into zombies where they all doing it now. But
yeah.
After a while, they just because they already did it, set newer levels where it's like it's not as easy to get all the money that people used to get when they was first being YouTubers and Instagrammers. They're just gonna keep making it harder and harder, and like you said, it's gonna be pennies on the dollar pretty soon, and they're gonna switch the game all the way. So if you're a YouTuber, Instagram, influencer, whatever that, you better get your coins now. And
absolutely.
And do the right way, how you got to do it, and all that type of stuff. The game will change soon.
And then speaking of YouTube, there it's always the fine line. Read between them fine lines because they got all that information on there to give you to make sure you capitalize off of putting your shit on YouTube. A lot of artists just want to go ahead and get an MP3, throw it on YouTube. Okay, check out my views. How many views this got? No, make sure you monetize that. Cross your T's and dot your I's. You can get paid off your song, your audio getting on there. You just got to go ahead and dig deep into that and make it happen. You can actually go ahead and code your record to where if you gave it out to people and they put it on YouTube, it'll still track back to you. But you gotta be sufficient and do it. You gotta make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's because they put all this information out for you, and a lot of people just don't want to read and dig deeper into it. You know what I'm saying?
Dropping some jewels for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. One of the last two questions, then we're gonna wrap it up.
For sure.
When's the last time you have done an interview, my brother?
You know what, man? I think the last interview to where I actually physically came to a spot, sat down like this, man, it had to be like last winter. It was last winter.
Often all geek like, I got this with you. Oh, that was just yesterday.
Right. Now this feel exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Because you're my brother. My brother. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was last winter, man. And there was some crazy shit that happened with that shit, man. You know.
Okay, that was low.
Yeah, man, this shit was crazy as hell, man. We went over there and did a damn interview, and then when it was time to see myself on the interview and shit, I asked the woman, I said, "Yo, let me go ahead and check out the interview I did." She go send me a link and try to make me subscribe to the damn channel and shit.
Like, make you pay. Like I am the face. You're using my face, my likelihood to sell this.
Right. It's like, damn, how you gonna make me subscribe to your channel so I can watch my interview, dog? Like, damn, dog.
Hey, people do anything.
Yeah,
man.
That was the last one, man. But I had to come here. I would have came here regardless, man. You my brother,
appreciate you,
and I appreciate you for giving me a platform to talk to the people, man. So to let them know what's going on with me and all that good stuff, man.
I was gonna say, speaking of,
for
since
sure.
you here, is there anything you might want to get off your chest and know why you got a platform?
Yeah, let me tell these motherfuckers.
Yeah, brother.
Let me tell the last people I did an interview with, man.
I've been waiting to do an interview just so I can talk about that interview.
That's the reason why I did this one, to talk about that one.
No disrespect to you, but yeah, that's what I
did. Right, no.
Okay.
No, but shoot, man. It's just keep watching. Oh, I gotta give you the social medias and all that good stuff, man. Rock with me on Instagram. It's McVay D12. That's McVay D12. Same as Twitter. And my Facebook is Swifty D12. And then if you want to get some D12 gear, go to allthingsd12.com. They got all type of shit, man. We got tape decks. We got speakers that you can drink, like water bottle speakers, man. We got all type of stuff on that site, man. From shoes to hats to hoodies, proof gear, the latest updates on what's going on with me and Canava. So go to allthingsd12.com. I got hard copies, autographed hard copies on there if you're interested in getting some tangible hard copies from my previous music as well as Canava's music. And just trying to keep it going, man. I won't stop. Don't let nobody tell you that you're too old to rap. I don't believe in that bullshit, man, because they don't talk about all the rock stars out here that's 70, 80 years old, still on stage with sciatic nerve problems, performing this shit. The motherfuckers, dog, got sciatic nerve problems and they still get praised. But as soon as a nigga turn 39, oh, this old nigga trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, bump that, dog. As long as I see LL and Ice Cube and all them on stage doing it, you gonna see me doing it, man. They're the pioneers who started this shit, who helped start this shit, and I'm gonna keep going. So don't let nobody tell you that you're too old to rhyme. I don't give a fuck how old you are, dog. Just swag your shit out and make some good music. If you 60, whatever.
I was gonna say, actually, you got a dog ass good point because Sugar Free just of course, Sugar Free been around the game for years, so he's known. But as I'm saying, as far as him stepping out and really doing music lately, like Sugar Free just came back and Sugar Free up there. He between the 40 and 60 range. I know he ain't no 30.
And it's an audience for his flavor.
Boy, what Sugar Free sweet. He shocked me. He just went viral, like when he reintroduced himself or whatever. But he just went viral like crazy, and he been doing some work. Like I've been following along, for the little bit that I have been following. But linked up with some young artists, been making music. It's like you just gotta find your lane, like you said, find your swag and just rock out with that.
And that's one good thing about YouTube. Good thing about YouTube and the social media is rappers are able to find their lane and get into their own fan base who will appreciate their flavor to where you might not even know who they are. And then you might see they got like 500,000 followers. You never heard them before because they got people that rock with them. They can create their lane for that. So no matter how old you are, whether you're 60, 70, if you feel mature and you like, okay, but and you want to rap and you feel like you're too old, make some mature music for the demographic. Yeah. There's going to be a demographic of 60-year-old people that's going to rock with you.
That's where, supposedly how Ross was winning, that grown man rap, like, I'm rich, I'm not about the little kiddie stuff, like, that's, how that was his lane, how he, got going. So, yeah, it's a lane, for everybody,
There you go. It's a lane for everybody. Keep doing you.
Hold on. He got a crazy joint. Like, damn it, I'm going to think of it. It's something crazy where he talking about you're going to get murdered real bad, like, or die very rough, but Mario Judas or something like that. Mario Judas. He's a younger age rapper, but he's like a goth rapper. And he got a song that Die Very Rough or something. But his song went viral or whatever. But the point is, I'm bringing him up because it's a lane for that. Like I never even thought there was a goth rap, like gothic rap. But
you'd be surprised, and I'm not trying to turn this into a political thing, but I'm just using this as an analogy. When we say find your lane, you'd be surprised that there's going to always be people that's going to support you if you get into your groove. I don't care, like Trump, for instance. He reminded me and let me know that no matter who would have been president, it would have been somebody out there that represented him. I don't give a fuck if it was a president with devil horns, black nails, and long fangs. Nigga, you was going to see 200,000 people with black horns at a rally like, ah!
Yeah, true.
It was going to be people that rock with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Find your lane.
Find your lane. There is somebody for everybody.
Yep.
Okay, last one. Because we're going to make this fun.
Yep.
What's a wild hip hop story you got?
Damn.
Throughout all that you've seen, what's a wild hip hop story?
Man, you know what? I got a few of them, man.
Which one stands out the most, man?
I don't know, shit. I don't know, man. Shit, most of my hip hop stories had to do with Big Proof and shit.
I get
man.
You. I get you.
I mean, the one every time, I be thinking about when we went on a tour and shit. How Proof ass took his T-shirt, put that shit behind his neck, and he had spray painted a P across his hairy taco meat and shit. This nigga went and bought a motherfucking cowboy hat. It had a damn emblem on his damn belt with a big ass P on it. Nigga, we missed our plane to go back to St. Louis, so I had to stay back and watch him because he was drunk and high as fuck. So he doing all of this in motherfucking bus station and shit, walking around like this at the bus station and shit. So a little kid was playing the motherfucking video game. Why he walk up to the 9-year-old and put the quarter in the game, like, scoot over so I can bust your ass. And the motherfucking 9-year-old scooted over, dog, was playing that nigga.
Tell him to speak the look on his face for a grown man to tell him.
He was playing that nigga scared as hell, like. And I'm just looking at this nigga P with a cowboy hat with his t-shirt around his neck with taco meat.
He playing them like that?
Playing them just like
that. Oh, my God.
Green P spray painting from the night before and shit, dog, from the last show.
That
was a crazy ass, man. I got tons of them, dog, but that's just one that stood out real quick as shit.
That's good enough with that one, man. Brother, this has been a dope interview. One of my dopest interviews. I've been laughing my ass off as usual. I appreciate you for stopping by, man.
I appreciate you, my brother. You know it's always love, dog.
Always. Once again, give me your Instagram handle one more time.
Yeah, holler at me on the Instagram. Go to McVay D12. That's MCVAY D12. The same for the Twitter. And if you want to holler at me on the Facebook, go to Swifty D12 on the Facebook. And go to All Things D12 if you want that D12 gear. And go to Detroit Life Gear if you want some of this Detroit life, man. Come holler at your boy, man. We trying to stay in the zone because it ain't about coming out, it's staying out. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it.
Yeah, and there you have it. Another episode with your man's DJ King. Another beautiful episode. See that throne, baby. Yeah.
Peace.